This is the Lincoln Corsair. It's the best-selling vehicle Lincoln makes. It's also the smallest. Now this one happens to be a 2022, so you'd ask, why review one in 2023? Well, in general, vehicles remain in short supply, especially electrified ones, and this is a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. Now I'll be showing you lots of visuals of the 2023, and comparing the two, there's really only slight differences. The grille is much better looking on the 2023, even though the 22 is quite handsome to start with. So get in, it's time for Family Wheels. I call the Corsair the Lincoln Continental Breakfast because, like a Continental Breakfast, it's smaller, it's lighter, but it can be just as elegant, and that's certainly the case here. This is the best-selling Lincoln, and although it is small, it really doesn't feel all that small inside. There's plenty of room for passengers as well as cargo. We'll get into more of that a little bit later. The Corsair is a Lincoln through and through, outside and in. This even though it is based on the Ford Escape platform. Same drivetrain, same hard points. This is about as far away from a Ford Escape as you can get. There are always going to be people who poo-poo the luxury line of a company that's based on a lower level platform. Those people don't understand the luxury goods market, and here we have a luxury good. Beautiful leather interior, the exterior design is completely different and really much nicer. It's a Lincoln experience inside here. This is an absolute top trim vehicle, and the manufacturers often do that with reviewers. So we have the nicest of accoutrements. This, by the way, very Mercedes style seat adjustments up here, not on the side. The passenger gets them as well, and at this level we get massage, which is actually a pretty expensive option. We have as well Revel sound. Is that how you pronounce it? R-E-V-E-L, 14 speakers or so. That's a pricey option for those of you who want ultra premium sound in your vehicle. We have the panoramic moonroof. So many Lincoln touches have been passed down to the smaller sibling from the larger models, and that includes these seats. They are incredibly comfortable. At this specification we have seemingly dozens of adjustments at our disposal. One thing I like is the extendable seat cushion. We have two, one for your left leg and one for your right. They're adjustable here, so if you want to keep your left leg a little better supported or a little less on the right, you can do that. The Corsair's ride on irregular surfaces is good. Its ride on regular surfaces is excellent. Again, another Lincoln touch. And this adaptive suspension combined with all-wheel drive means it handles quite well. The official range is 45 kilometers. That's 28 miles, let's say, and that is not very much at all. It may have been okay a few years ago, but the industry has advanced. There's one more issue, a technical one, that I have with the Corsair, and it's common to a lot of PHEVs, and that is how fast it can take in electricity, its charge rate, the onboard charger as it's called. And on most PHEVs, that's only 3.3 kilowatts. It's painfully slow. Even on a level 2 charger, that's 240 volts, well, their output is 7 kilowatts or so, a little more than 7, some as high as 12 these days on home level 2 chargers, it won't accept it. Electrification of the automobile has come at the luxury end of the market in recent years, and I hope the Ford Motor Company would use its Lincoln division to produce an all-electric version of this compact SUV. Maybe eventually move it down into the Ford Escape, but if they made a true EV, battery electric vehicle version of the Corsair with at least 400 kilometers, about 260 miles of range, and hopefully more, they would sell a ton of them at a pretty good profit margin. The Corsair may be the smallest Lincoln, but it's got plenty of room for passengers. Behind me is the kind of child seat that takes up the most room, rear facing. Up front, I've got lots of room between my knees and the glove box door. By the way, the passenger at this lofty specification gets just as many seat adjustments as the driver, and that includes massage. There's also lots of room for a couple of adults in the back seat of the Corsair. The seat ahead of me is set up for me. I'm 5 feet 11 inches tall, 180 centimeters, and look at all the room I've got between my knees and the back of the front seat. By the way, this second row of seats is adjustable fore and aft as well as for rake. As far as creature comforts go, the nicest is the panoramic moonroof. It's just excellent here in the second row. We do have heated seats in the rear at this specification, as well as oodles of USB ports. We've got 3 Type A and 1 Type C. There is a case for buying a 2022 Corsair, not the least of which is that they're available in a market where hybrids, PHEVs, and full electrics are rare, and dealers are adding thousands to the price as they test the law of supply and demand. Yet just a couple of days before I posted this review, a Lincoln dealer told me a 22 Grand Touring was available. As they say, check with your local dealership. My tastes lean toward the 2023 with its bigger grille as well as a much larger touchscreen. The Lincoln Corsair PHEV. I like it. It's small but elegant. I just wish it had longer EV range. What do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.